We're up and at 'em. Here we go. The X-Man promotion page on YouTube, as advertised. I would have waited for people to get on here, but not really gonna wait too long. So, the story of the day. And honestly, I know the Sixers are playing right now. I know that, but I'll check that out in a little bit. But I did want to get on here tonight and get on YouTube Live to talk about Jontay Porter. And, obviously there was a situation like 2 years ago. I forget his name already, the receiver. Went to the Jaguars, I can't remember his name. He got done dirty. He bet $1,500 in a game. I forget his name, though. It'll come to me in a second. I'm going to sit here for a couple minutes. And honestly, I'm going to get the name up. I'm going. Let's see, hold on. All right, that's what it was. Sorry, guys. I got off track for a minute. It was Calvin Ridley. That's who it was. I had to go look it up real quick. I couldn't think of his name. That's how old I'm getting. So anyway, yeah. So Calvin Ridley had gotten suspended for an entire the remainder of a season. I don't think it was an entire year, or maybe it was. Oh, it was an entire year. Yeah, he got suspended for an entire season for a $1,500 bet. But now Jontay Porter took it to the extremes now, and by that I mean he pretty much went out of his way to, take himself out of a game, supposedly 6, that somebody could make an $80,000 bet, amongst other bets, and giving sports bettors an upper echelon, probably to split the money, most likely. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually kind of like, wow, a ban for life from the NBA. I was like, not even even David Stern was around ever put a lifetime ban. I mean, Ron Artest went and fist fought pretty much everybody on the Detroit Pistons fan base with the Mouse at the Palace. And he got a year, but he didn't get a lifetime ban. Dennis Rodman kicked the cameraman. He didn't get a lifetime ban. And then as I'm looking at it, it was explained exactly what he did. The fact that the FBI and all the gaming commissions are all over this too is pretty wild. It's a wild story. It's a really terribly stupid, in my opinion, very stupid thing to do for a player, especially a young guy whose brother plays in the Nuggets. Is actually, that's it for him. I mean, he's never going to ever play a game of NBA basketball ever again. Jontay Porter definitely he definitely made a terrible decision in what he did in trying to shave points to try to get a big payday. And not even that, somebody making an $80,000 bet on it, and then doing it 3 different occasions. Not the bet wasn't as high, is definitely out there. I honestly, I've never seen something like that. I don't think any of us have ever seen anything like that. Now, possibilities that something like that could have happened pre-internet, then yeah, I think maybe that might have. There could have probably been some stories. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy just like thinking about what he did. And people involved on the other side of that too. That had happened, kind of been craziness at many levels, and I've never actually seen somebody do something like that. I thought it was really stupid. I mean, at this point, you're pretty much put your entire career out. Now you'll never be able to play another game of NBA. You might be able to play out in the D League. You might be able to play. I don't even know how that works. I don't even know. I might even get federal time for that. That's unfortunate that somebody actually did that. Calvin Ridley's situation was totally different. He only made a $1,500 bet. Um, but also leads by example as well too that you know, and I said this before, the Tony thing. He's still playing baseball, and millions of dollars were used to gamble, and nothing has even been looked at with a Tony. And I find that ridiculous too. Just to add into the Jontay Porter situation, I think that if one hand washes the other, it should always be that, regardless of the number. Now, $80,000 is a lot of money. That's actually like 4 years of my salary, um, and it was gambled away on a cheating bet. Um, I find that ridiculous that happened that way. But in learning it today, I mean, I pretty much the details that I've gotten is that he did it at 4 different occasions. I mean, the fact that he gave it to sports bettors to do, that sports bettors are betting it, um, that's just crazy. I mean, you were trying to make $1 million off of 80,000. I'm trying to figure out how that line was so high, though. I don't even get what they bet. Maybe they parlayed it with every single stat and added it up. It's just the stat itself didn't seem like it would have added up to that. But unfortunately, that's where we stand with that. Um, that's a pretty insane thing. That's pretty crazy that actually went down like that. An $80,000 bet, $80,000 bet on cheating. Um, it is one of the most crazier situations and stories I've heard. But I'll tell you what, I want to see what this Tony thing plays out too. And I hope they don't wipe it under the rug because I could tell you right now, it feels like they are trying to wipe the Tony thing under the rug because of the contract and because of his language barrier, which I think is blasphemous if they do that. If they do that and they allow this man to play and he had something to do with it after all that, I think that the MLB should be ashamed of themselves if they allow that. This today was a prime example of like how betting can backfire on people. Now, don't get it wrong. I bet a couple games myself, but I've never, I've never gotten to $80,000. That would accumulate 4 years of my services to do such a thing, and then I would have no money if I lost. So, and then we could accumulate that kind of money. So the fact that that bet was placed the way it was and the way it went down was crazy. Mhm. I don't know. I don't personally feel as though that again, this is the first time I've ever heard an NBA player get banned for life. But that's what's happening. This is what's happening, and he's never allowed to participate in any activities he's done. His team's done. They might even blacklist his jersey. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't really trust Adam Silver anyway. I think he's a snake, but he's going to play hero in this one. So, and with all rights, I mean, unfortunately, when you make an $80,000 bet on yourself with someone else and you're behind it, it's hard to say to be back in it. I mean, honestly, I just Maybe I mean, first time offense, maybe he should have just got a year. I don't know, but again, I don't know how the NBA rolls anymore. They've changed so much, and they made it so unwatchable that it's just that's kind of like where it's at. But yeah, to say Jontay Porter, that's a crazy situation. It was a crazy situations I've heard in a while, and I've been it made zero sense for that man to do that. There's no reason that he should have went on the ledge like that and just put his entire career in jeopardy just because he wanted to make a single bet to double out his money. Knowing if he bets on himself, he could do that. It's pretty underhanded. It's uncrafty. Um, and unfortunately, he's going to be done. And I don't know what kind of stats that kid put up. Sure, it wasn't much, but hopefully he learns from that. I hope that he learns from that. But unfortunately, I don't know if he will ever learn from that. Like to me, that's crazy that happened. I'm sure that there's other people out there that think that whole story took over every story that happened today. I'm sorry, that's just how I think of it. You bet $80,000 on yourself. That's crazy. It just I don't know where the risk reward comes from. It wasn't like he. I mean, if him and whoever that other guy that he went in with thought they were going to get away with that, was in itself doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like going into a bank and robbing the bank with no mask on. Not, and I don't want to get flagged for saying that. I'm just using that as an example, but it's the truth. Or going to the women's shower, no clothes on. Something crazy of that nature. But that's what happened. So hopefully, Jontay Murray. Um, I'm hoping that that kid learns from this. I don't know. He may do jail time for that. I wouldn't be shocked if it was soon. Hopefully, they'll keep the investigation going. But I think they've concluded it, and it's pretty much done. But that's Jontay Porter, rather, not Jontay Murray. Jontay Porter. Um, Crazy story. So I don't know. I figured I would just talk about that. It's a shame I don't have anybody on here to talk about it with. But that Jontay Porter situation is crazy. He put $80,000 on himself, and he got caught. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Anyway, X Men out. Hope everybody's doing good. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the view it, and I don't know. I'll get back on here later. Anyway, X Men out.